What day is it?
Potato light. Hello.
And welcome to
The family Bob and Enya. I hit you with my hat.
I know.
Sorry.
It's okay. These things are like rock solid.
Oh, it's a lot of gems.
There's so many rhinestones on these. Like they
Yeah.
could probably like knock you out. So.
I better be careful then. Hello.
Anyways.
Welcome to day 19. And today, one of these, we're talking about essentials.
Yeah, what we deem as some essentials for a Walt Disney World holiday.
Yeah, what you need to take with you. And definitely not forget.
I think we've definitely got a lot of practical items.
All mine, bro.
And then some, what I would deem as essentials, but maybe not some obvious things that you would
Most
think
of them are
to pack.
practical, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're still practical, but they're just less obvious than less obvious things you would think to bring with you. So.
Yes. So my first thing, which you can tell I'm wearing, is a hat. Because this one's pretty well worn. I need to get another one. It's kind of damaged for the sun and things. But if I don't have a hat, then I'll definitely get sunstroke. I've had sunstroke twice in Scotland. It's pretty horrendous. I don't want to do it in Florida. So bring a hat, because lifesaver. And then the other thing, sunglasses, because also you won't be able to see anything, or I won't be able to see anything.
Unless you're hardcore like me.
I don't understand how you can look directly into the sun and still smile with your eyes wide open just to get a good picture. And I'm just like,
I think it's because I can do it, but I am actually focusing on something.
but it's so
It's
bright.
I just kind of I'm just like
It's so bright. I can't do it.
cross my
Anyway,
eyes a little
so
bit.
sunglasses and hat, very, very essential. I'd say always bring. And pretty much you have to have them every time you leave the house here as well, because it's pretty hot in England.
Bob's not coping with the summer this time round.
It's always like, I've been here 5 years, and every summer it's just been really hot and long.
It wasn't too bad last year.
Last year was much better. There was a few weeks where it was really hot when we had the paddling pull out, but the rest wasn't bad. This one's been very hot down here in the tropics. Anyway, what's one of your essentials?
So one of my essentials is, so we are going to be going on a cruise.
Yeah.
And as part of that, I mean, I used to go on the ferry to France as a little kid. And one thing that my parents used to always make us wear were the seasickness bands, which I hate.
I've never worn them.
Honestly, they're so painful. I just found them horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't like sleeping in them, didn't like anything. So, I've never been on majorly rough waters, but
No.
I did have an episode where I did feel a little bit seasick. So as part of that, it's actually fallen down, so I'm gonna have to bend down again. Instead, don't mind me.
We used to get the boat up to Shetland to play rugby, so that was mostly okay in the summer, and then I had a few times in the winter, and it was pretty horrendous. We had to wait 2 hours to get out of the port or the harbour because the weather was so bad, and then I probably threw up all my dinner. So I'm pretty certain it won't be like that in the Caribbean.
I'm hoping not, but we are going during hurricane season. But hopefully all will be well.
Yeah,
But
it'll be fine.
just in case, I have picked us up some seasickness / travel sickness tablets.
Yeah.
So I picked these up the other day. They were only like £3.
Oh, that's not bad.
And I just thought it was better to have some and be prepared.
Yeah.
Because although Disney Cruise will have them on board, they're obviously going to cost you a hell of a lot more on the ship, because they know you don't have just direct access
And also,
to a pharmacy anywhere.
You're only going to buy them if you really need them, and seasickness is pretty horrendous, so you're going to be like, I don't care, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, so I thought I would get a packet, so we have some to kind of keep us going, and if things get really bad, you know, at least we have these for a couple of days, and then we can buy some on board.
Yeah.
But be prepared.
Be prepared.
That's all I can say.
Another thing with being prepared is bring your magic bands or your park passes, because you might be like, oh, I'm going to buy a new magic band, it'll be great, it'll be fun, and then you'll turn up and be like, oh, how do I get in? So bring your old one, and then even if you're planning on getting a new one, you can just go straight in, rock up, because you've already linked your tickets to your magic band, it'll let you straight into the parks.
Obviously, if you haven't been before
No,
and you don't have a magic band, you can just use your ticket as well.
You can.
But this is always a handy thing because it's there, it's on your wrist, you can see that you have it, there's no worries of like reaching through wallets and things, and then discovering that, oh no, you left it back in other bag.
Yeah.
So they
I
are
don't know
quite
how
handy.
Genie Plus works. I assume you still need your magic band to get fast pass, but
Yes,
we'll figure that one out. But when it was fast passes, you could then just go straight through, and it was way easier than taking everything out of your bag.
Yeah.
So
So
I recommend doing that.
right. Next
We're
on
on the
this-
plane as well because it's cool.
Next up, in regards to my essentials, is
Well, this is our joint essential. We
joint
need to pick it up.
essentials. Is a set of cutlery.
We've not done this before,
No.
but I'm really excited about doing it.
So we got a set of bamboo cutlery.
Yeah.
It also has a little metal straw in it, and like a straw cleaner, and a bamboo straw
It's
as
got
well.
a curved straw as well, so it's 3 straw options.
Yes. But the reason that I think this is a worthwhile thing to bring, one, you're reducing your single-use plastic.
Yeah.
Because obviously Disney gives out all little plastic cutlery.
No, I hate that. And then you go around Food and Wine and try and save the same fork because you don't want to be using the same one every time, a new one every time and stuff. So.
But
got
also,
room.
plastic cutlery is useless.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
We all know how difficult it is to try and cut something with a plastic fork. So this way, you're helping the environment, and you can actually cut through some food.
And it's bamboo, so good.
So I would completely recommend. We just got some sets just off of Amazon. They weren't too expensive, but I think these are going to be really handy. And as you said, we're going to be doing Food and Wine, so
Yeah,
it's just in my mind, it's just the better way to go with this.
I agree. So in the spirit of single-use plastic, water bottles. So you can just buy bottles of water, but that's a lot of bottles. I mean, it's hot, you're going to be drinking a lot of water. If you're out for 2 weeks and you're using like many bottles each day, that's a lot of plastic. So although the water in Florida is pretty disgusting, just bring a bottle and deal with it. That's what I do anyway. So this one's not that big, so that you can, there's water fountains everywhere, so you can fill it up, drink it, fill it up again, keep it in your bag, and you're not carrying around a lot of or a big bottle of water.
You can't just get the like little like squash shots.
Yeah.
In any of like the grocery stores over there, and then they're only about like this big. It's just like really concentrated squash.
Yeah,
So you can just
squirt.
you just give a little squirt into the water. That's probably the route I'm gonna go, because I'm not a big water drinker anyway. And then I know that Florida water is not nice, so I'll probably get some of that just to add into it. But yeah, it's one, you're going to be saving yourself like a lot of money.
Well, that's true, because you buy in the parks. It used to be $4. It's probably now 20 or something. So
I think someone said that it was like $6 the
yeah,
other
for a
day.
bottle of water.
It's
Crazy.
crazy.
And they do give out. Everyone goes, "Oh, you can get free iced water," and then you get it, and it's the tiniest cup you've ever seen, and it's 100% ice and 1 dribble of water.
Yeah.
I remember getting one of those, and it tasted like Splash Mountain smelt. It was so bad.
But also, that's one thing I guess you could do. If you have your bottle, you have it ready, you can go and you get your little free thing of like ice water, and you can add your ice in.
Or you could do it on what do you call them? Like the refillable drinks, and then just pour one in and then get another one.
Yeah. But
Cheeky.
anyway,
Bring a water bottle with you, and
bring a water bottle. Cheat the Disney system.
you got to get something for free. Anyway, you can bring a big one if you want, but I would definitely say bring a water bottle, and then you don't have to keep throwing away plastic.
Make sure you get one that's actually going to fit into your bags that you're bringing around. Because I mean, like if you're going around with a Loungefly backpack, you know, they're not super big.
Perfect.
So you need something that is actually going to fit.
Yeah. You don't want to be carrying like a 2-litre bottle or something.
Yeah, like that's not going to work.
It has to be heavy on your shoulders.
Yeah, and then you're just like carrying around this big massive water bottle that you're like, oh, well, this is a bit awkward with all of your other stuff. Because realistically, Disney's going to get you with that merchandise. And big 2-litre bottle of water and then your merchandise bags. Chaos.
Alright, what have you got in here?
Let me see. So this is maybe just a very Irish thing to do. If anyone watches Dairy Girls, you might have seen a particular episode where there was chaos over the fact she hadn't got her punt purse. I live by that rule. I always have a second purse for the other currency that I'm bringing.
My mum used to do that as well, actually.
Maybe
She used to bring 2.
maybe it's just a very mummy thing to do. Maybe I've reached that point.
Maybe.
No, mummy, not an actual mummy. You know.
You're a sky mummy.
I'm a sky mummy.
Yeah.
I'm a cat mom.
Yeah.
But I've always bought a second purse just to keep my different currency away from each other. Basically, I know now we pretty much just use cards anyway, but it's good to have like just a kind of a couple of dollars with you. We just have like what we've had from previous trips.
Turns out quite a bit.
Yeah. Just for any kind of tolls. We also, if you're on Disney Cruise Line, if you're doing any room service, they generally said that you should kind of tip them a couple of dollars when they're coming and giving you your room service. So yeah, but always have a second purse.
I just take all the cards and things out of my wallet that I won't use and only take the essential ones. Which, speaking of, so I've had $12 in my wallet since I was in Florida in 2019. Don't know, just left it there. Anyway, plus other money that we have. But what we're doing this year is we have a Revolut account. Don't know if you can see. Ooh, Revolut. It's basically a card that you can, a prepaid card that you can put money on and then transfer into any currency. I used to just use a credit card that had zero fees for using in a different country, but this way, what we've been doing is prepaying every month onto it and transferring it to dollars straight away, because then, you never know what the exchange rate's going to be. It goes up and down. So we've been doing it a bit at a time, and that way it levels out.
Also, you don't get any fees. Like
No.
so many cards now are not international accounts.
Yeah.
So if you use it and then you're like, oh great, you're spending, and then you come home and then you just see all of these additional charges that have come on, which can literally vary from like, I don't know, I've had ones that have been like, 50p up to like £5.
My bank account used to have a standard £1 transaction for anything that was over. So if you spend like 20p, you'd pay £1. And then our other credit cards are 3% of what you spend. So if you've gone up from food, then that can end up, add up.
Yeah.
So you want no charges. Definitely something to look into before you go. Rather than just in the old way of going and just, I'll change all my money into dollars.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to do with a card, isn't
That's
it?
what my parents used to do.
But while we're on money, that's what everyone used to do. Quarters. If you were driving, you're going to need some of these. I was trying to keep, I've only got one, I'm only trying to keep some at least, because it's 75, used to be 75 cents at some of the tolls. And if you're driving from the airport to Disney, they're not all manned. So some of them you can, I reckon now there's probably a contactless. But I do remember getting there and it was 75 cents and I all had notes. And luckily the person behind me was like, here's some money. Oh, actually no, I had 2 cents. I had 2. This is not really important. But I had 2 quarters, but I needed 3. So I'm nice to get one. But otherwise,
Nice person.
I know, nice person. So remember those. Just got a message from Disney Cruise Line.
About what?
Sorry, we got distracted by our Disney Cruise Line app sending us notifications.
You get excited.
Oh,
Anything that pops up. They sent me one, and it's like anytime I get an email going, there's important information about your cruise, I'm always like, what's happening? And then it's
What have they done?
And then it's like, we're doing Halloween activities on this one, and I'm like, yay!
We know that. But they did come out the other day and say that you're now allowed to meet characters. So before you just had to like stand near them or something.
I need autographs. I'm going to buy some metallic pens to get awesome autographs.
Yeah, that's exciting. Anyway, so
Revolut. We're going to use it.
We're going to use this. We've been putting our money on every month, basically, because it's a prepaid card. We've just been putting money in every month and then using that as our savings.
Yeah. And the thing is as well is, unlike some of the other ones, like if you do, like Royal Mail does like a kind of a prepaid card, because it's all done via app, anything that you don't spend, you can just change back into sterling.
Yeah.
Or euro, or whatever you're using.
We used it when we were in Disneyland Paris as well, and when we were in Ireland for euros, so it's pretty good.
And it also pops up and tells you exactly how much you've spent, which I always like it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can kind of keep track of it during the day just with the little notifications.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, this is something completely different, but what I deem essential is I always bring an extra face cloth with me.
Yeah.
Because, as you can see, I like my makeup.
Amy likes makeup.
And I will still be wearing makeup even when we go to Florida, even with the heat, because I like it. It makes it more fun.
It's impressive, really, but...
So, I always bring my own face cloth because I hate going anywhere and them giving you all of like the towels and things, and they're all white.
They're always white,
They're always stark white, and it's like, I'm going to ruin this when I clean my face. So I always bring my own, and then I feel less bad. And then, yeah, you can always just like give it a clean, it'd be grand. But yeah, that's my personal preference and what I deem an essential.
Yeah, and it works like sunscreen as well, because you're basically putting a layer over your skin. So
yes. Well, I also have...
I was going to lead it onto my one.
Oh, well, you lead on to your one.
Sunscreen. Make sure you bring it. Sunscreen. Plug them in. Wear them.
So you bring sunscreen.
Yes. And I like this one, which is like an aerosol spray, because you just... and you're all done. Much easier than like shaking it, rubbing it in. Much for this, and always factor 50 plus, because otherwise, like, what's even the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to be protecting your skin.
Yep. And you can put this on, like, you don't have to keep reapplying. If you're going on with some factor 8 or something rubbish, put it on about every 20 minutes. So get the big one.
Yeah. Also, sunscreen is really expensive over in Florida because they know that you'll need it.
Oh, everyone needs it.
Well, one, everyone needs it, but two, they're like, all of the tourists will come across and will not have brought their own, so the price is always like really extortionate.
Yep.
They do that with sunscreen and suitcases. Suitcases are always so expensive because they know that you're desperate and you spent way too much money, and now you try and bring all this stuff home with you.
Yeah.
So, but you've got your sunscreen and I've got my moisturizer that has got sunscreen in it.
I actually have that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the bathroom. But it gets in your eyes and it's not very nice, to be honest. But
I always have moisturizer, put it on before makeup to try and help your skin. I also recommend, this is personally for me, when you go on the plane, I find that my skin really dries out. So I'm going to bring this as part of my carry-on because it's less than 100 mils. And then that way I can just reapply it while we're on the flight. Just to try and stop, because I look like a haggard old woman after the flights. Every bit of moisture just like evaporates from my system. So
something they do on purpose, and then they give you those little bottles that are, a normal bottle has some in it, but they'll give you one that's got 100 mils, and you think, well, like, what's the point? Or they half filled. They're like, this is just a gripe, but they give you a cup, and then they're like, would you like a drink? And you think, yeah, great, thanks, love some water. And then they give you a glass, and then they half fill it, and you're like, all right, is that your personal water, is it? So that's actually another tip. I haven't got that here, but definitely buy a big bottle of water in the airport.
Yeah.
Because
they never give you enough.
And also have a big meal before getting on the plane, especially coming back. Because that's like one of the best tips. If you have a big meal before getting on the plane, getting back, you just feel so much better for the whole flight.
Okay.
I agree. Anyway, I hijacked that. And you're just going to put some moisturizer on.
I'm going to put some moisturizer on when I'm on the plane to try and help my skin out.
Great.
So there you go.
There you go.
Right.
Now, a completely different thing. Disney has decreed that you must spend at least 60% of your time on your phone when you're in the parks.
60?
At least 60, but probably more than that.
80% of your time on 80%. The phone.
As much time on your phone as possible, which means your battery will run out. So, portable chargers.
Very important.
And cable.
Yes.
We've got 2 of these. They'll charge 2 phones at once, 2 cables. And they're pretty good. They, I don't know how many charges, like 8 or something of a full battery. They're good, and I just got them on Amazon, they're not expensive. They do take a while to charge up though. Especially when we went to Disneyland Paris, and I think the cable that we got wasn't very good. So there are differences in your charging cables as well. Some charge quicker than others. It's an important tip. But with that, when you go back to your hotel room, you're going to need plug adapters. So this was a multiple one. It's not very good, but it's the US, or you can make it European one or something like that. It's not the best. There we have other ones as well. This is Enya's one from before. It's a lot more sturdy.
It's always something that you forget though.
Yeah, I've got 2 downstairs as well. I just found one of them for my daughters.
No. it's like, I have no adapters.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
And in this day and age, you need adapter. You know, to charge a lot of things like your watches and your portable chargers, your phones,
Your camera.
magic bands apparently.
The new magic bands.
Yeah. And then with that, if you take different plugs, this plug has 3 USBs in it. So from one adapter, one plug socket, you can charge 3 things. It will take longer to charge because the US have a really low voltage compared to us. So things take longer to charge than you would expect. Just something to consider, that when you get home, put everything on charge.
So basically, make sure you're charging everything overnight.
Yeah.
It's like the way to do it.
It's all about charging.
Yeah. It's like, we'll have one of those big chargers with us when we're in the park, and then have the other one charging at home.
I think we probably will.
And
just leave that charging the whole day.
And then when we get back, it'll be right, you charge in overnight, and then we have the other one.
Because we had the 2 in Disneyland Paris, and they didn't, they just ran down, and we were charging them, but it was almost like they topped up slightly, but they never got back to full.
Yeah.
So we need to, get some better charging cables.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. And all the cables you need, if you need, all the adapters for your phone, for your watch, for your camera, for all the other bits.
For everything,
So,
basically. So, my next essential is a bit weird, but it's very important to me, and I think it's very important to a lot of other people. Sorry, it was caught underneath. But they are chub rub shorts. And these are literally called chub rub shorts.
Are they?
Yes.
I thought it was just something you called
No,
them.
that's what they're called. These
Okay.
are called chub rub shorts.
People use other stuff as well, like lotions and things like that as well. But
so these are from Snag Tights. I think these are fantastic. But basically, they're just another thin kind of short that you can wear underneath your dresses, your skirts, because I am not small. So I've got some meat on my bones, and I've definitely got some meat on my thighs. So if I'm walking around, there's some friction there, and that can get very uncomfortable. And if you're doing that in the Florida heat, it makes it even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally love to get chub rub shorts. They're just really comfy. They protect you. You can also get some anti-chafing gels, which I've used before as well, which they do work, but they don't work for the entire day, so you have to reapply, and then it can be a little bit awkward being like, can I just go to the bathroom? I just need to reapply my lotions to my thighs. So personally, I would go with these. They're not super expensive. They're really stretchy, comfortable. If you can get them across the board, I just find that Snag Tights fit properly.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a massive size range, so I would definitely recommend them.
There you go. On outfits, I like to wear things that are not going to be too hot. So light colours, not super tight stuff. Things are a bit more easy to deal with in the hot weather. And one thing that I rate really highly is the old flip-flop.
Yeah, you love a flip-flop.
I love a flip-flop, because one thing is that if you're wearing shoes, your feet get so hot, and it's unpleasant. So nice cool feet, nice breeze across the toes. I just think it makes life so much easier when it's really, really hot. And also if it rains, if you're on a water ride, if you just want to jump in some puddles, which, why wouldn't you?
Flip-flops are really good
Right.
when there's like wet.
Yeah.
Be it rain or ride.
Yeah.
They're always good.
They're not for you.
They're not for me.
No, they're not for everyone. But I
wear
find them so comfortable. And it's just so much easier because you've got a nice, good surface at the base for walking around all day and standing all day. I think they're good.
I personally can't deal with them because I am an absolute klutz, and you put those on me and all I do is trip over everything.
Wow.
And I trip over and bang into things quite frequently in my day-to-day life, so you add that on top of it, not gonna work at all.
Well, okay, that's my choice.
But speaking of footwear, I have these fun.
We're linking these in so
We're
well.
doing well.
None of this is planned.
We have these fun things, which look horrible.
They're a bit weird, to be fair.
They're really weird, and you're gonna go, ooh, I don't want to wear these. But these are basically a form of kind of gel. They're not like they're basically like a heel cover, but they're done from kind of a plastic. Like it's just a bit
weird.
It's like this kind of like basically half rubber sock that you wear on the back of your heel, and it protects all of your sole from any rubbing from shoes, which you're in Disney, you're doing a hell of a lot of walking, and usually if you're in Disney, you're wearing like shorts. So you're not wearing big long socks, you're wearing your cute little ankle socks with your Converse, with your runners, all that jazz. So I personally find that all of my ankle socks tend to slip, and then come the end of the day, my poor heel has blisters.
Oh no.
These bad boys will not only stop you from getting blisters on your heels, because it's now not rubbing directly against your skin, it's rubbing against this. It also helps your ankle socks stay up. So now you have another layer of protection. They are weird, I'm not gonna lie, but I think they're really fantastic, and I think they're definitely gonna help me out when we're in Florida. I wore them when we went to London. I was just wearing a little pair of Converse and I put them on. Didn't really notice them. They're actually quite nice because they're kind of this jelly sole. They actually provided more cushioning to my foot, and I nearly kind of wished I had like a full sock, because then all of my sock would be like cushioned.
Be a bit moist.
A bit, but but yeah, so you can then just take them off at the end of the day, just kind of rinse them through, and then you can just wear them again the next day. But I think they're a definite winner. As I said, bit weird, but I'm so glad I have them, and I think they are going to be a complete game changer for when we go.
I look forward to hearing about them. I don't think I have any anymore.
It's because you've run through all of your stuff.
I know, but they link so well into each other, like the chargers linked into the batteries, and the hat and the sunglasses are pretty much the same.
It's okay, I only have 2 more things.
Okay, 2 more for Anya.
So, I have this little ear holder. I think I just got this off of eBay actually. But basically it's just a little bit of fabric that clips it up. So you take off your ears when you get to that point of the day and they're just getting too sore on your poor little head, and you just wrap it around and clip it, and it holds your ears. And then it's got a little clip on the back, so you can attach it to your bag, and you know that you have it. You also don't have to worry about trying to shove it into your bag if you've not got a particularly big one. Again, Loungefly,
don't cut your ears.
Bit awkward really, but this way you can just attach it to the zip, and then you can go around the park.
Yeah.
You know that your ears are there, they're secure, and they're not hurting your head anymore. So I think it's like a great little thing. You can get like loads of them. As I said, I got mine on eBay like many years ago. So I don't really know the exact store or anything, but loads of them sell them on Etsy as well. They're a really easy thing to get, but winner in my book.
I do have one more. This is a earphone adapter that some airplanes make you use this. I got this on a KLM airplane, KLM. I've used it in multiple other ones. I don't know which ones do, which ones don't. Some of them have you plug directly into the seat with your earphones. Some of them will issue these, but they don't always issue them before the takeoff. Sometimes they issue them after. So it means you have to wait for
them to come
around before you start watching things. So I always have this in my bag, and then I can watch things straight away.
Never had to experience
Never
that.
seen one of those.
No, I've always had headphones given to me by them. That
some of them have this. There's definitely been 2 or 3 flights I've been on where I've used this, so I kept it from the first one, and it's useful. So it just adapts the 2 into the 1.
Very cool. Right, my final thing, but it is one of the most important things.
Oh, it's actually the most important
thing. So this is my little kind of travel wallet, notebook, everything holder.
Yeah.
This is everything I need in it. It has got areas for your passport. It has got a little section for a pen, which I always recommend that you bring a pen with you.
Because you have to fill immigration and things. They hand them out on the plane, and then you go, oh, where's a pen? Do I have a pen?
It's always a case of, you can see everyone on it, and they're like going around and panicking. They're going, oh, do they have pens? And sometimes they don't have pens. Sometimes they have pencils, and then your pencil breaks.
Oh,
and it's awkward. But you have it here. You have your pen. It also has different sections in it, different slots that you can put all of your paperwork in.
Yep.
It has it for your hotel, your documents, tickets, everything. So I just find it so handy. I'm one of these people that I will always print everything off. Even if I've got it on my phone, whichever, I will have a printed version of my flight details, my hotel details, my tickets, everything.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you have it in your phone and it's so useful, but if your phone dies, then you can't get on the plane.
This is it. So I always have this as a backup and have it ready. With Disney Cruise Line, we have to have certain things printed off and available to give to them when we get to the port as well. So obviously need those. It is part of the company policy. You have to have them. Now I know where everything is. It's all in here. It's all in one spot. I'm not having to reach through and figure out where anything is. It's just so handy, and I'm so glad that I purchased it. And basically it just means that I am in charge of all of the travel documents. I have mine, and I have Bob's passport in here, and I have everything else. It does mean that if you have one of these, you may become the planner and the mum of the group.
Well, you definitely are the planner.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wouldn't say the mum, but
you become the mum of the group. You have the airport mum who is like, right, give me this, give me that. I've got all the things.
Yeah.
You will become that person if you have one of these. But if you don't mind being that person, I think it's an absolute win and a definite buy.
That's the main one, really. So I would say, as long as you've got your passport, the rest of the stuff you can buy when you get there if you've forgotten it. So
pretty much.
Yeah, passport's the main one.
Yeah. So those are kind of our essentials.
Those are lots of essentials. We were like, oh, this is gonna be a really easy, quick video. It won't take very long. I think it's quite long. Probably.
But it's just because we like to chat.
Yeah, and it's important, these things. They're all actually there's some good tips, I think.
So that's everything.
Yeah.
We will see you guys tomorrow on our next day of our 30-day Walt Disney World / Disney cruise trip countdown.
Yes.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
And welcome to...
Was that weird in there? Potato wine.
Please tell me you can cut that.
What? No, I don't know how to cut that.
You will, won't you? Thank you.
And then I'll put it in the end as a blooper.
No.
I've had $12 in my wallet since 2019 when I last went, and I just never took it out.
And look how much the interest is applied on it. The magic wallet. Also, sunscreen is really expensive. My God.
Let's try again, shall we?